Hi guys, this is Merritt Trainboy and welcome to this one-off special edition of my recent purchases. What I got here right in front is this big plastic box. And if you could see here right through it, inside are some Thomas & Friends gear and also some other miscellaneous stuff. And you see, this box came from an old thrift store which was close to my old transition school, and it is now closed, which is a shame. But yeah, this is what I got before that store closed. So I'll give you a good look around the box. Some more stuff you could see there. And you could easily tell how beaten up the lid is, because you could see there's white marks, scratches, and scuffs and stuff like that. And looking right here, this is how much I had paid for this box of goodies, $6.48. And since this is about much that I can talk about this box, let me get this open up and see what's inside. So you see here there's a little bit of wooden railway and Trackmaster and some other non-Thomas stuff. So kind of like in the style of Leo Kim Video, who out there had your stuff like this given away? And don't you wish you had them back? Yeah, baby. So, this might take a moment for all this to be sorted out. So, I'll just stop and I'll come back. Okay, so here's everything right out of that box, and I think we'll take a look at the non-Thomas stuff first. So what we got here is this Lincoln Logs piece, and I think this is supposed to be a lid to some kind of a Lincoln Logs container, and if it is, then it's pretty strange for unknown reason what this lid is doing inside the box along with all this other stuff, if you know what I mean. And here I have no idea what this yellow piece is. But it looks like it was made in 1998 by the company of Hasbro. So yeah, if any of you guys know what this piece is from and what it's for, let me know in the comments. And here we have a trolley. It's got a working bell into it, and it looks like it's from San It works like that when you push it along. And this item looks like a coal tender because there's coal right there. And I believe that this piece of rolling stock came from a Sesame Street train. If you guys have seen anything like this before, let me know in the comments. And here we have these two railroad crossing signs. I have no idea where they came from, and I have never seen these before. And there's some plastic parts sticking out. Again, let me know in the comments. And here's a doll of Minnie Mouse. And it looks like she has seen better days. And you can easily tell that because looking right here, her left hand has gone missing. And here's a rock. This one too, for some strange reason, what it's doing inside of that box. And I have no idea what this is. Although it could easily be confused to a small child that this is actually a lolly, if you know what I mean. And here's a little ball. I have no idea what this is. And a stick. And here is this screw. So yeah, all this stuff here, for unknown reason, what they were doing inside that box. And here's a ball. Looks very colorful. And I think this is probably a Japanese or Chinese doll. It's got moving eyes like this. And here's a Monsters Incorporate or Monsters University character, Mike Manowski. So yeah, this is a Monsters University toy. And you see here, this toy here is damaged. So you see here, this arm, it looks like it's about to be popped right out of the body. See? Because there's a crack right there. And it looks like the body is about to be split in half. And finally, for these miscellaneous stuff, this looks like a fence to, I don't know, probably a farmer's playset. But let me know in the comments. And that is about does it for all of this miscellaneous stuff. So let's move on to the next of this pile. And this is all Trackmaster. So here we have two of these track supports or bridge supports, whatever you want to call them. And here's this piece, which looks like spirals of bunting, whatever this is called. But this piece is to be loaded onto a flatbed. And I think this piece came from one of the Trackmaster Greatest Moments packs, Skarloey's Puppet Show. Although, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that this piece is from that pack. And here's a pretty well beat up Tomy model of Diesel 10. You can easily tell that he has had a rough life, because there's a little bit of battle damage that he has got. Like, for example, the top half of Pinchy is gone, and there's a piece that has been broken off. And even this part here on the chassis has also been broken off. So you can see here, because Diesel 10 looks like this now, he has, boom, exploded apart. Or however this happened to him. And this little green piece looks like a stairway. And this is supposed to be connected to a signal box. It was just to be a part of it. Although the building didn't come with it while it was in the box. And here's a pair of signals, and this is in Trackmaster style, to be exact. And here's this little green bridge, and if I'm not mistaken, this little green bridge came from one of the Trackmaster destination parts, the raise and lower drawbridge. So yeah, this bridge looks like it's from that destination track piece. And here is a whole bunch of Trackmaster track. And here's a track adapter. Although, in case for those of you who don't remember, when Trackmaster was new in the markets, and it was in this style of track, the train sets came with they've included a pair of track adapters, which helps the Trackmaster track connect to the Tomy track. So I think this is a female connection. And right over here are these pieces of Trackmaster Road. So these are road pieces that are in a Trackmaster style. So this is the first time that I ever had Trackmaster Road in my life. I had never had any road pieces which is in this design. And so here I have put all the road pieces together, and it's in this long oval. And of course I even put the Trackmaster track together as well. And unfortunately this is about this much of track that was inside the box. And here's my Tommy and Trackmaster birdie, so we can try this Trackmaster road out. And off he goes. Well, that was a good run on that road. And as for this beaten up Tommy Diesel 10, I was kind of curious if the motor still works. Yep. It still works. At first, it wasn't. So here's a little test run on the Trackmaster track. Well, that was a good run, but even though this is totally badly damaged, I'll just have to think of something of what to do with it. Probably it might end up in my box of scrapped trains, but you'll never know. Now the next pile of Thomas goodies is Take-A-Lon. Back when we had these style of trains, and when Take-A-Lon was new in the markets, the track was in this sort of design, but some years later they decided to change the track by making it in more of a railroad look. And this is what this used to be before Fisher-Price took over and renamed it Take and Play. And then since last year they have replaced the range with the Adventures toy line. And so here are the engines. Thomas, with a lot of playtime. And here's Henry, with a bit of playtime. Toby, Arthur, and Harvey. So here there's a few of these engines that I already have, like Thomas and Toby, but probably not Henry. I do have a talking version, but not a normal one. And I have certainly never had these two, Arthur and Harvey. And for the rest of these engines, I'm just happy to add them to my Take-A-Lon and Take and Play collection. And here's the Take-A-Lon track, and this is about this much that was inside the box. So here we got some straights and some half straights, a few curves, and a couple of switch tracks. But as for one of the curves, one of the connections of it looks like it's been chewed on. Probably by a baby or a puppy dog. But you see there, it looks like it's been chewed on. But yeah, this is about this much of Take-A-Lon track that came from the box. Now this is something to remember from long ago, when some of you guys had this style of track for your trains to run on. And finally, here's the last batch of Thomas goodies, and this is Wooden Railway. And this is totally something that we have all grown to love. Right before it was replaced with Thomas wood. So here we got Mavis. And she looks in good nick. And Thomas, who has seen better days. And despite the eyebrows that are gone off the face, but the eyes look like they have seen better days. Looks kind of creepy looking. And the third wheel has a split. You see right there? It's got a split. And here's Lady. And this is the 2005 version. So yeah, this is what Lady looks like when this extra sort of detail was added to her during her 2005 release. But this one is a bit damaged. So you see there's a split right there. Just right at the front of the footplate. But don't worry, I can easily fix that by gluing it. And here's Frank. And he is one of the diesels from the Railway series who runs on the miniature gauge railway. And you can see here that Lady is not the only one who's got some damage onto the wood. But you can see here there's some damage on the cab roof. And here's a tender. And this is from the Big City Engine. This is the Big City Engine's tender. But unfortunately, the actual locomotive of the Big City Engine wasn't in this loot. So yeah, very disappointing. And here's a cargo car with the cargo crate. And here's the Sodor line caboose. And here's a hand car. Something that I've always wanted. Really, I have always wanted to have one of these. And yeah, it moves like that. The handbars up and down. And here are these generic wooden railway items as well. Here's a cargo load, which I think they look like pipes. And there's a magnet right there on the top. And here's a plastic riser piece. Probably a track support or bridge support, whatever you want to call it. And this is a warning sign. And these other two signs here are Thomas and Friends. And most of you may be familiar with this one. This is the red turntable. And I have one of these. If you have seen some of my videos, but it has seen better days. But this one in particular looks like it's in good nick. And one thing you got to remember about when you come across this sort of turntable on eBay, they would have these sort of pieces attached to them that would go missing, and they would have these parts on them broken off, and those were supposed to fit into these holes. And here we have a water tower, and this one is the yellow version, which is separated from the track. And so you see there's two little magnets at the base of it. And this piece of track here, which is sitting right in front of the water tower, there's no road detailing at the bottom of it. And that is because by looking at the side right here, there's two little magnets here. And that means this piece of track is to be connected to the water tower. And I think this water tower came from one of those figure 8 sets. I'm pretty sure of that, but let me know in the comments. And here we have some more track pieces. Oh, and also for some of this track that would show signs of playability, like this one here. It looks like it's been drawn by a pencil. And is that a burnt mark or just a gunk of something? But yeah, this is something that you would find on some of these track pieces. And this crane here, I believe it's something to do to be nearby a fishing village, or probably at a fishing dock. This is one of these destinations where you have to catch some fish by using the hook on the crane. But unfortunately, the fish, which are supposed to be a part of this destination, aren't there. And here's a coal hopper. And here you turn the crank. That makes the coal in the hopper rumble. And you see here, this piece right here looks like it's been broken off, and it's supposed to be like this, only made out of plastic. And for destinations like this, there are times when that piece would break off, and that would mean you won't be able to connect the track to it on this side. And so that would mean your destination would become useless. And finally, here we have this Thomas playmat, which I think this is Wooden Railway. Wait a minute. No, this is Take-A-Lawn. At first, I thought this was a Wooden Railway item, but no, this is a Take-A-Lawn item. So here it is, all folded out, and we could see here there's some railroad tracks and some other destinations and signs. And this is something that you can have your take-along trains to play on wherever you go. And if you flip it around the other side, it shows fields of green, and there's a river, and there's a mountain, and I think this is some kind of a junkyard. And right here, I believe that leads to the sea. And of course, on this side of the mat, it would be perfect for your non-rail Thomas characters. But even so, with your rail characters, you can have some track laid onto the map. So that way it will look like that your engines are going through this mat of this side, if that makes any common sense. So there you have it, everyone. That is all the stuff that came from the box. Hope you have enjoyed looking at them, and I bet all this stuff has brought you back all kinds of memories in some sort of way. And I might sell some of this stuff. It's just the ones that I don't need and others that I'll be keeping. But I don't think I'll be selling these sort of stuff because they're just useless. And don't forget to tell me which one of these items from the box is your favorite and what memories has brought you back. And stay tuned for some more videos which I'll be producing soon. And also in the meantime, you can check out the videos that are on my gaming channel, as well as some new features that I have uploaded on SoundCloud. So that is all for now, and until next time everyone, thanks for watching. This is Merritt Trainboy, signing off.